I think it's time for House LaRue to pursue a new direction. Hello, and welcome back to the Lost Legends of Scadrial Mistborn Adventure Game Podcast. I'm your host and narrator, Trevor, and with me I have the rest of the Fluffles Gang.
I am John, go by Clovermine Online, and I play Tony Darkomancy.
I'm David, and I play Lord Falco.
My name is Brian, and my character's called Tajmil.
I'm Kelly, and I play Merda.
Alright, so we are almost to the actual heist. Let's go ahead and jump back in. We've got a little bit more prep. I'm going to try and see if we can't fill this episode with a couple more beats of prep, and then have you guys meet up with Sneeze Group and kind of discuss like final roles in the job with that group. Sound good to everybody?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So we will go ahead and say it's the morning before the day before the party. So tomorrow night is when the party's going to happen. You're going to meet with the other crew tomorrow, and then you guys have all day today to do last minute things to get prepared.
Okay.
We do need to do a real quick cleanup from last session. We had discussed the network for Lord Falcom. I had not come to a decision as what that network bonus was going to be. Because it's going to be such a narrow scope of things and probably only relevant to this mission, I thought it would be okay to make it a little bit more powerful. He's going to get +2 to any die roll to do a charm, influence, or bribe/resources roll against any member of the Lord Mistborn staff on his first attempt. The second time, or not first attempt, but first roll. Second roll, he'll get +1 bonus, and then any roll of those types moving forward will get 1 free nudge.
Thank you.
Cool.
Does anybody have any ideas of last minute things they want to do, things they might want to buy, or anything like that before we get going? Oh, by the way, Tony, go ahead and add 1 resource back to the 4 that you have spent for 1 day passing. And Tajmil, you can heal 1 damage as well.
I have to spend advancements to get rid of the laceration on my leg, right?
That's correct.
And I can't do that right now, right?
I will say that if you want to pass up the whole day, I will let that happen.
So is that all of my beats?
Yeah, that would be like Lord Falcom does nothing but like tend to his injuries and like really focus on making sure that he's prepared physically for tomorrow.
Screw that. We'll limp there.
I'll make that offer to anybody else too, but I'm not sure anybody else really has any advancements to spend. Maybe Tajmil does.
I have 2, but I'm not going to spend
I don't think I have any injuries, though, do I?
No, but if you wanted to spend advancements, I would bend the rules and let that happen.
Could I spend, like, when you say get anything last minute, okay, it's getting close to Christmas time, and I have an idea about something that could be useful, but I don't know if it exists in this universe. Do they have glass marbles?
I would assume that, I mean, like, what are you trying to make?
I'm not necessarily trying to make anything, but I just was thinking about those 2 burglars from that movie that everybody knows. And I was thinking, wouldn't that maybe be somewhat useful? If I got them slipping around on a bunch of marbles if we're trying to get away from some guards or something.
Oh, okay, glass marbles. I thought you said glassed marble. And I'm like,
oh,
you
no.
want stone knives or something?
No.
Oh, yeah, they definitely, I mean, they're able to blow glass knives, so there's no way they don't have marbles.
Okay.
Or like caltrops, even.
I either that or banana peels. I just want to have their legs slipping out from them as they're trying to get away.
Marbles would probably be better.
Marbles would be something, but one thing to consider if you do go with like metal caltrops, marbles will be good because other people like you won't be able to affect them. But metal caltrops are things that you'd be able to also use with your steel pushing.
Oh,
whether to like spread a greater number of them or in a pinch to also use them as a weapon.
Oh man, I didn't even think about that. Like I didn't realize I could even do something like that. I mean, I'll probably just stick with the marbles because they've got the what is it, steel clippings?
Yeah, those
Copper
are basically
clippings?
that's money.
Okay. Oh, I thought that was my. That's money? The copper clips?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Holy cow!
Hence the term coin shot. You shoot coins.
I mean, I guess that makes sense. I don't know why when they just say clips. I didn't realize.
Yeah, a clip is the
Thought it was
smallest
a colloquial
denomination
term.
of coin. The largest is a golden boxing.
A golden boxing.
It's basically pennies. You shoot people with pennies.
Okay. I still think I'd want to have the marbles because those are something that, like, going down staircases, I could roll them down and everything.
Okay, go ahead and give me a resources roll. Difficulty 1.
Okay, so is that 4?
5 dice.
5. All right. Oops.
You're going to find a pet tarantula as well.
Ooh, do they have those?
Probably nowhere near
I
the
got
city.
2 3s, 2 6s, and a 5.
Okay, yeah, I'll let you go ahead and add, go ahead and spend 1 resource, and you can add 2 charges of, like, 2 marble bags, basically.
Okay.
Because of those 2 nudges, I'll give you 2 uses of it.
All right. Tony is going to talk to Wittens to recruit him to do a knife throwing act. Did we already do that? I know we talked about it last episode, but...
No, we just kind of talked about it, but you haven't actually approached Wittens yet.
Okay, yeah. So Tony's going to approach Wittens to try to recruit him to do a knife throwing act, and also to brainstorm with him on how to create lightning for the magic act.
Okay, do you want to roleplay that out, or do you just want to get to the roll?
Let's just get to the roll on this one.
Okay, we're going to make this a charm roll +1.
Alright, so 7. Yeah, I forgot I put his charm up so high. Oh no, I only got 3 nudges. Alright, I'm going to spend the roll. Only 1 nudge.
Aw.
Wittens is going to give you kind of a half smile, and then he puts an arm on your shoulder, and kind of you approached him like pretty excited, doing your normal Tony thing. Hey, Wittens, I'm really excited about what I had an idea for tomorrow, and like you go through the whole spiel, and he looks a little sad, and he sits you down in the kitchen table where you approached him, and looks you straight in the eyes, and he says, Master Tony, I think that we both know that nothing in the world would make me happier than to help you achieve your dreams of the magic show and spectacle that you wish to put on, but do you remember all of those times I tried to make plausible deniability?
Yeah, wasn't that like some kind of food?
No, what I was saying is that the more that I didn't know about all of your plans and what is actually going to happen inside of the Lord Mistborn's manor, the better it was for you and for the family. But, Master Tony, knowing what it is that your friends are going to do while you're putting on this magic show, it is not something that I'm able to help you with, because the stake of the house and of the family, the amount of danger that you're putting your family in by going through with this, Master Tony, it's not something that I think you should be doing, but it's definitely not something that I can help you with. I'm sorry, I hope you understand.
Wait, you don't think I should be helping?
I don't wish to make decisions for you, Master Tony. I just mean to say that there is a large amount of risk going through with something as illegal and as bold as stealing from the person who rules the entire city.
I guess I hadn't thought about it that way before. Thank you, Wittens. I'll think about that.
Of course, Master Tony, and I do hope that you have a great amount of success with your magic show.
Thank you, Wittens.
Wittens will Yeah, he'll go ahead and smile and give you another pat on the shoulder. And who would like to do something next?
The last episode you said that I could have as fancy as a dress as I could describe. Am I waiting for the castle to describe it, or should I do it now?
That's up to you.
Well, I'm gonna say I go out and I try to find a very nice dress. And I end up finding this really pretty emerald ball gown that goes all the way to the floor that has, like, sheer sleeves and it has a nice gold embroidery on it.
Sounds perfect. Anything that Merda wants to get done today?
I believe Merda did a lot of the reconnaissance she wanted to get done, so I guess...
And, like, anything, any equipment that she wants to buy or last-minute meetings that she wants to make?
Probably meet with Tony to ask what the plan is.
Okay, we'll go ahead and save that then. Lord Falcom.
I have 2 beats that I would like to take, if possible, but one is predicated on the other. So, we can do the first one, which is I gotta go see my buddy Abdal. What was his cover name again?
Tarnin.
Tarnin, that's it. Alright, cool. I gotta go see Tarnin at his place of employment.
Okay. Yeah, so you walk into this small morgue. The way I imagine it is it's kind of at like one of those street corners where the building is built triangularly in order to accommodate all of the crossroads that are happening right there. And so his is like the first story of this gradually getting taller building. And he takes up most of the first floor going back, and as you get further back is where all of the storage is kept. And so the very front office of this triangular building is where Tarnin is sitting behind a desk reading what appears to be a news brief of some sort. Not a newspaper, because those still aren't around, but like it appears to be like somebody has delivered a set of news to him.
Oh, Tarnin, how's it going?
He looks up from his reading and puts it down immediately. A big smile gets on his face. Lord Falcom, it is fantastic to see you.
As well you. I hate to be short, but we should find a quiet place to talk, and I have a request of you.
Of course, I thought that something like this might come up soon, so let's just talk in the back. And he goes to the front, and he locks the door and takes you to the very back where there is all of the corpse storage. And when you get to the back, his face and his skin all goes translucent. You can see his skeletal structure underneath. And he says, "What is it that you need, Feldar?"
Abdal. And he'll go translucent too to, be more like his people. And he'll say, "I'm looking for someone younger, small of frame, unnoticeable, unknown."
Let's go ahead. What kind of role should this be? Let's make this a spirit role.
Spirit.
I got some resources too, though.
You do got some resources, but I don't think you can just buy the kind of body that you want and still be on Harmony's good side.
I mean, shit happens, so okay, we'll see what the spirit does.
But I'm going to give you a +1 because you went to the right dude.
Oh, that's why he works in the morgue. That makes sense.
Alright, that's 2 4s, 2 2s, and a 3.
Okay, so yeah, he kind of lifts a finger up and he says, "I have just the thing for you." And he leads you into the corner, and with 2 4s, same as with Merda, you have full control over what this body looks like. Oh,
So
mimicry rolls. I don't know anything about these.
I just read up on him, and I know exactly what I need. I can tell you in game statistics, but I'll describe it first. Probably a young, maybe teenager or just above, like, to young adult like 18, 19. Preferably from like a unknown background where no one will really know of him. He's not like noble or known by any like noble houses or the law, hopefully.
Yeah, and this is kind of like the section of the morgue where Abdal keeps those kinds of bodies.
I was going to like go orphan, like young orphan, but that's just too dark for me. So like we're going young adult, so 18, 19.
I'm going to say his name was Soren, and he was struggling to apprentice at a merchant's shop, and he got run over by a wagon. That's his backstory.
Nah, I don't know. Do you want to come up with the name, Trevor, or do you want to put
you're
that
in charge
weight
of this
me?
one, David.
I'm just talking about who he was before he got killed.
And like Abdal is looking out for exactly those kind of people. Bodies that have no real connection, so that way they can be sort of a blank slate when you need one.
That's a first name, and I don't know his last name, but Warwick. Let's go with Warwick.
It's not very French sounding.
Doesn't have to be French sounding, it's just European. French is just one of the areas. I think that Lord Falcom's supposed to come from the north.
Well, and this is Ellendale. I mean...
Yeah, it's a melting pot, so it could be from anywhere. And he's, like, specifically not from a noble house, so...
Oh, I thought Brandon said in general his misborn names tend to be French with an English pronunciation.
If you're from Luthadel, but like, let's say that you're from, I think, is it Fadrix? That's, no, it's Urteau. That's mostly German names, and then
yeah. There's German.
Oh, I missed that.
Is there an
detail.
Italian? I'm not sure. It's like mostly European names. There might even be like Scandinavian stuff going on somewhere. It's all in the book, but I haven't read the book in years.
Yeah, it's been
I think it was in his annotations that he explained that.
Oh, okay, so he's probably explained it multiple places, because I remember reading it in the book, because I picked Falcom as one of like the suggested names, I think.
Okay, so what exactly are you doing with this body?
I'm gonna make it more manageable. I'm gonna like transform into it and then transform back. I'm gonna ask Abdal if he has like 2.5 hours in a private space I can use.
A changing room, so to speak.
Basically, what I'm imagining you're doing is you're gonna eat the corpse and then leave the bones and go back towards Falcom, right?
Yeah, no, I'm going to change back into Falcom, but I'm going to have a bag of bones and the ability to, like, use that later. All that entails.
So here's how I imagine this happening, and feel free to disagree and, like, give your own description if you want. But Abdal takes you to one of his Khandra changing rooms that he has, because of course he has that. And you close the door, and there's this body that's lying on the floor in kind of like a basin that's been prepared there for you, no clothing or anything, and you disrobe as well. And as you start to put yourself into this basin is when your body loses all of its adhesion to itself, and then you just kind of, the further you get into the basin with the body, the more you're just kind of slough in there. And the back of you stays as Lord Falcom, as the rest of you kind of liquefies and surrounds this body, and so you're able to consume it and understand how this body is shaped, and isolate all of like the nails and the hair and the things that you're not able to transform into. And so it'll take you the same time as it would have to transform into this body, but you'll have consumed it and learned it.
4
and
minutes?
Have the bones. Did you get your skill up that high? I thought it would still take you a couple hours.
I'm -4, so one of the things I wanted to say about the body being small frame and whatnot is that it's under 4 physique, or at 4 physique. And at that point, my -4 in fast replication turns it, instead of 4 hours, it would then turn it into 4 minutes because it reduces it to less than 1 hour with the 4-hour reduction.
I thought you hadn't gotten that high yet. Let me double check the stunts.
It is like page 261 of the source book for fast replication. And yeah, I specifically avoided some awesomer stunts for this ability. The problem is Lord Falcom
Okay, yes, absolutely.
Technically, Lord Falcom is a physique 6 character that then I give the +2 from my spikes. So he would take me still 2 hours to transform back into. At least that's how I understand it.
Yeah, so the whole my whole idea behind this is that since you're not actually transforming into this creature, it's gonna take you as much time as it would have for you to transform into that body. So Lord Falcom half sloughs off into this, still maintaining half of his human shape, and then 4.5 minutes later is just a pile of bone and nail and hair sitting inside this basin.
He grabs the bag that's on the wall, because Abdal knew this would be necessary, and puts it all away. Hopefully waterproof. I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, I'm sure that they've got all of this figured out. Go ahead and spend 1 spirit and add a bag of bones to your inventory.
Copy that.
Let's see.
And do you want to build the statistics for that body? I think that all that changes is the physical stuff, the attributes. Well, no, it would have standing too.
Yeah, I'll look into that in just a moment. Or why don't you go ahead and get started on that? Go ahead and ignore standings on that character and make them a character with weak attributes. Would it make more sense to keep going on your stuff, or do we want to jump to somebody else, David?
The second part involves me going and talking to a guy from the city guard, from the faction or whatnot. Probably like drinking out later at the night. So if somebody else wants to do something, we could do that pretty quick later.
Okay. Merda, have you thought of anything you want to do other than meet with Tony?
No, that was my whole plan.
Tajmil, anything else that you want to do?
I just got the marbles, didn't I?
Yeah, you've got the marbles. You've still got time to fit something else in if you want to, though.
I think I'm actually. Oddly, I'm gonna play it safe this time. So I'm just gonna stick with the. Wait a minute. Paint cans. Do they have paint back then? And how do they?
What are you, Macaulay Culkin?
They definitely have paint.
Yes.
Okay. Is there?
Didn't you hear his proposal at the beginning?
No, I didn't.
The 2 burglars from the one movie everyone knows.
Yeah.
He's reproducing Home Alone.
I want some paint cans or something like that. Maybe since it's not metal, maybe like sacks of flour with rope attached to them.
Okay, yeah, because if you're going for a can, then that definitely comes with the disadvantages of being in a metal container.
What about a bag of rocks?
That would work too, yeah. But then the flour has the added comedic effect of like exploding when it hits them, though.
But it doesn't hit as hard.
That is true.
You could also
You know what?
cause an explosion if you had a flame.
What if we mix a bag of rocks
True.
with flour? Can I get something like that? Like a half bag, get an empty bag, a full bag of flour, and I fill up half from the one and put rocks to make the rest of the volume up?
Yeah, go ahead and give me another resources roll. 4 dice.
Oh, boy, this is probably not going to work in my favor.
Rocks on the bottom, flour on the top, so when it hits them, it puffs out.
Oh, I got 3 3s and a 2.
I just have to stop for a second because rocks on the bottom, flour at the top sounds like the start of a very obnoxious rap song.
In a crock pot.
Okay, so yeah, you've got like you've got 1 sack that you've prepared with like a slip away knot that as soon as it hits something, it'll burst. If it falls from any sort of height or gets tossed in any sort of way, that's a mixture of small rocks and flour.
Okay.
Just don't get it near Tony's fire show.
So I only have 1 of them, though?
Yeah, because you
Okay.
didn't get any nudges, right?
No. Nope.
Yeah, you only got one of them. And so you have 2 spent resources. I'll go ahead and get that updated.
Or maybe that's exactly where we need to use it.
I don't think we want to burn the whole place down.
I don't know. That was one of the plan A's, wasn't it?
It was, but still.
Yeah, I think David has said that we know it's going to happen. So the question is, how spectacularly can we...
I
I mean, this is Lost Legends of Scadrial. It's only a matter of episodes before one of the 2 groups sets a building on fire.
If you want an explosion, all you have to do is, like, throw the flower. Well, at least have some concentration in the air. Then boom.
And then throw fire.
Buildings,
Unfortunately,
wagons,
Tony is
of
all
goods
out
you're
of
supposed to
fire
be
ammo.
protecting. We don't care. We set it
Forgot
all on
about
fire.
that.
Well, at this point, Tony's out of fire ammo. He only has 1 flash ammo
Oh.
left.
I mean, that would still set it on fire. Just in specific situations.
Maybe. True.
Tony.
Okay. So Tony is now feeling some moral qualms after his discussion with Wittens. So he's going to go to Merida and ask her about whether or not he should be doing this.
That's really funny.
Yeah, what I find funny about it is that Falcom tried to have this conversation with you when James walked in the door.
I've tried to have this conversation, I think, a couple times. Like, where, like, you want to be the hero was also another one of these speeches where, like, we aren't here to be heroes.
Besides Tajmil, Merida is, like, the least, like, moral one.
But Tony doesn't know that.
And that's why it's hilarious.
Merida, I just talked to Wittens, and I guess I never thought about the fact that this could, if I help steal from the Mistborn, it could threaten my family's house. I don't know if this is a good idea. Should I be doing this?
Listen, Tony, why don't you remind me what your goal is?
To be famous and an awesome adventurer and an amazing magician.
What better way to do that than push past the boundaries? Have you heard of any heroes or any famous people that became famous by not pushing past what was the normal situation? Like, you have to go beyond, go extreme to be famous.
Well, yeah, but couldn't we do that by taking down bad guys rather than stealing from the Mistborn?
I mean, we could do that, but are any of those bad guys more famous than the Lord Mistborn?
Well, not that I know of, but Lord Mistborn's not a bad guy.
He's not a bad guy, but he has more fame. And more
True.
fame goes to you, so you become more famous too.
Well, but Falcom already shot down the idea of writing a book about it. So if we can't chronicle it, how am I gonna get famous from it?
You don't have to be, like, directly known. You have the rumor of the one person who did it, the team who did it. And even if you're not known for this direct stealing, you'd be known for beating Jim Darkomancy.
Oh, yeah, if I beat Jim Darkomancy. Well, right, but we don't have to steal from the Lord Mistborn in order for me to beat Jim Darkomancy.
Well, how about this? You focus on beating Jim. You're great, Tony. You can beat him. Blow them all away with your magic trick. I believe in you.
That's a good idea. How do we make lightning, though?
Do they know science back then?
They know science, but I don't think that they've gotten to electricity yet, partly being because of the Lord Ruler suppressing technology. When that discovery actually happens, I'm not quite sure, but 20 years is a little too close for, like, they've just had enough time to get established as a modern society again.
Okay. So, Tony, I don't know
Yes.
how to make lightning, but if you're spectacular enough To the crowd, it'll look like you're pure lightning.
But I just used the last of my fire. I've just got the flashy thing left. And I don't know if the flashy thing, like Falcom was saying, is going to be enough. If I had lightning, that would be super amazing. So what else can I do to beat Jim?
What about your other magic tricks?
I mean, the card stuff he's better at than I am. I need something he doesn't have.
You have Fluffles.
I do have Fluffles. Yeah, we could do a trick where, like, Fluffles pretends to eat me, but then I'm still alive. Yeah, that's a good idea. I'm gonna go train Fluffles. And Tony goes off to try and train Fluffles to do a pretend to eat him, but he's still alive trick.
The scene is awfully reminiscent of the one we just had with Lord Falcom.
This is going to be great.
Two characters, reversed positions. That's like happening at the same time. Fluffles is on top of Tony as Lord Falcom is on top of this corpse. Merda, as he's practicing this, would you then approach him further about what you had wanted to talk to him about?
I mean, we kind of already went over that, what we're doing, and apparently he's doing a Fluffles eating act.
Okay, there's no other details you kind of want to do anymore?
I do not have any ideas.
Okay. So that brings us back around to Lord Falcom then.
Alright, I'm gonna try and meet with, like, not like the highest position of the guard or whatever, but just somebody who is, like, slightly command, like a sergeant or whatever, for drinks.
Okay. Are you just trying to, like, what's your intention here? Are you trying to make a bribe, or?
Well, I was gonna drink with them, you know, reminisce, and be like, look, I have this cousin, second cousin, really, but his name's Warwick. His family's come on hard times. I usually give him a little bit of money, but I'm a little bit short on cash because my leg, point at the leg, like, I can't work like I normally do, you know that. And, I'm just looking for some work for him. So he might be coming around to help the wait staff for the party for Jim Darkomancy coming up soon. You know about that?
Oh, yes, of course.
Well, if he comes around, could you just give him something to do, make him useful, maybe throw him a couple clips after he's done? You know what I mean?
Go ahead and give me an influence roll +2 for your network.
Can I get that +1 from the leg? You think he's going to feel that sympathy?
You know what? Take +1 for your leg and add an advancement for exploiting a burden.
Okay, so that's a total of +3 to influence?
Yep. Oh, your influence is pretty up there now.
Yeah, that's going to be an 8, so...
We have to make that arrow to the knee joke again.
Oh, that was Tajmil,
right.
though.
So that's 3 5s and a nudge for the relevant stuff.
Yeah, you're able to get him a pretty easy position taking out trash. Like, just keeping, like, as trash gets built up in the kitchen and outside, he just is supposed to be running trash out.
Cool. And I'll be like, look, he's a little bit unreliable, so he might show up at any time. I'm not sure, but don't be too rough on him.
Yes, I know the type. I know. We'll make sure that there's somebody else to double check the trash gets done as well.
Thank you, and I'll.
But I'm not paying him more than he works for. No.
Everything you get, and tell me what he makes, because everything he makes better go to his poor mother.
Well, I mean, if there's mother involved. And he, like, kind of starts muttering to himself as he takes another drink.
Well, I must be off. Gotta get to bed early. Big days ahead.
All right. So Falcom, you've done 2 medium-length actions. Tajmil, if you want to buy one more thing, I'll give you the chance to try.
They don't have firecrackers and stuff, do they?
No. Tony's got the closest thing to it.
Okay, what about toy cars, small ones?
I mean, maybe
Wooden.
like a small carriage, like carved out of wood.
Yes. Yep. Can I get like a pack of them though? Like a pack of 12 or something?
I don't think they'd make things in packs of 12.
Well, a pack of 13 then.
This is going to be a difficulty 4 resources.
Oh no.
And you're going to need at least 2 nudges to get a pack as large as you want it.
Oh man. Alright, here we go.
And you only have 3 dice to roll.
Oh, only 3 dice?
So you might want to manage some expectations.
I already roll. I gotta re-roll then. Damn it. Only 3 dice. Is this even like statistically possible?
Why don't you go with some nail boards?
I didn't get anything. I got a 6, a 4, and a 2.
Yeah, so you're not able to find anything close to what you want for the price.
Ah, shite.
Too much of a rush order.
John, a nail board would be way too competent as a coin shot because that would mess people.
Wait a minute. Can I do a spirit thing right now and say I want to go for a sack of tar?
Sure. It's going to cost you 2 spirit since it was already after the outcome was known.
Okay.
And then you get to re-roll with 3 dice.
Wait.
You want to go for a
Yeah, do I have to
barrel
commit
instead
to
of
that? I didn't realize I'd be losing 2.
You'll get 1 back before the job tomorrow.
What's the difficulty set at?
For a sack of tar, it'll be 1.
Okay, I'll take
barrel
that
tar,
then.
like a small barrel.
So you say
Because it wouldn't stay in the sack very well. It'd seep through.
2 spirit
A container of tar.
for 3.
Tar
Just
and
wasted
flour
2
then?
spirit. I got 3 6s.
Go ahead and re-rolling 1 would
2.
help.
Yeah.
3 nudges though. I won't make you spend the resources for it, so you'll stay at 2 spent instead of 3.
Can I get a sack of tar?
No. Nope, net neutral here.
Telling you, do boards with nails in them.
But then they'd be able to feel the metal.
And Tony and Merida, you were all done as well?
Yeah.
Just training Fluffles.
Make a wits roll.
Sweet. 3. Any bonuses?
+1 for stage magician.
Yes.
Okay, what happened? I disconnected.
I'm training Fluffles with a whiff roll.
Oh, nice.
Only 1 nudge.
It's pretty obvious to any onlookers that like you're having Merida watch and Witten's watch, and they're both just like, it doesn't look like Fluffles is eating you. It looks like you're trying to use him as a blanket.
But he's scary, right?
Well, it
So, yes.
Is he large dog size now? I forget what
Yeah.
he's up to. Yeah.
Yeah. Like Great Dane size, right?
yeah, somewhere around there.
Yeah, don't worry, Tony. He'll blow the crowd away.
If Lord Falcom's there, he'll definitely say, "Yeah, they'll be watching you. That is for sure."
This is gonna be funny.
Okay, so the night passes. Everybody can unheal one of the things that they've spent. Tajmil, that includes your health. Morning time
So
comes.
go down to 2 resources?
Yep. Yeah, you are at your regular permanent spent now, I think.
So you mean like
Or-
1 of each, right, Trevor?
No, that was 2 permanent spent and 4 that you had spent in total. Or not in total, but
Right,
4.
so I'm down to 2 now.
Yeah. So in the morning, everybody meets up and the plan is to congregate at Snee designates a meeting point, sends a message to Merida in the night of where you guys meet. It's an out-of-the-way house that you guys haven't been to before, kind of on the opposite end of town where you normally end up going. But it's really pretty empty except for a table and enough chairs for everybody who shows up. You've got Snee, Glim, Taven, Liv, is anybody? And Lady Fatine are all already sitting at the table when you guys show up. Well, welcome. I hope that everybody has gotten some things done to get ready for tonight.
Oh, I got plenty of party supplies with me. Trust me, it's going to be fun.
Party supplies.
We're ready for our part, at least, I think. Well, I am.
Did we talk to him about what the plan was, like the distraction?
No, he was actually just about to ask. So let's go over the final plan one more time. Go ahead and walk us all through it and what our parts are. Okay, Merda?
I'm going to be with Tony trying to do crowd control and, showing, like, the public that the Fluffles Gang is here for the party.
But how does this distraction pull guards away from the other side of the... I mean, how does it make our job easier?
Well, you're gonna have Miss Wraith attempting to eat Tony. I feel like that attract guards pretty easily.
Okay, but you're really gonna have to sell that. Like, we're gonna need some sort of panic or something to... Okay, well, what's... Lord Falco, what do you got for me?
From my understanding, me, you, Tajmil, and I forget which one's which. The other pewter arm, I think.
Fatine is the pewter arm.
Okay, and Fatine, we're gonna go in to look for the actual room. Meanwhile, Tony Merida, we're gonna be running distraction and crowd control, hopefully. And I forget what the other team was supposed to be doing. Completely me, though.
I think that they're supposed to just kind of be with you guys. Like,
Okay,
the whole rest of the team is focused on getting in and getting this thing. Taman's character sheet isn't coming up for me, but I think he is the Copper Cloud.
Oh, weren't they supposed to, like, go with somebody? Oh, no. I thought the original plan would involve Tony rioting the crowd a lot.
Of course, I riot during all of my magic acts.
Taman will be coming in with us, and we'll probably want to keep Liv close as well. She's a tin eye, and he's a smoker, so we'll have both more stealth and a better set of eyes as we're looking. Tessney should come along as well. That way we've got both pushing and pulling on the metals between Tessney and Tajmil. And, well, as much as we've tried to search before, and my team has tried to get information since then, we're still not quite sure where the goods are being kept. But we do believe that it is some sort of false basement, like what Alloy has set up in his lair.
Okay.
My intention was to hopefully use guard patterns and look for the place that has more guards than it should. Because if we can kind of try and find where they're focusing that doesn't make sense at this time, keeping people out, normal civilians out for no reason, we should probably look there.
Well, we can tell you what we know about where they keep people stationed off. There is a ballroom that was built in the last 5 years in the Lord Mistborn's manor, but we strongly believe that if there is some sort of false basement, the trap door hidden somewhere, it would be in the original 2-story wooden cabin that was the first part of the mansion built, where Lord Spook has his private quarters. If it's anywhere, we strongly believe that's where it will be.
Alright, well then we'll basically head there. Hopefully Tony and Merda can cause enough of an uproar. I'd suggest getting out as much fire as possible if the Fluffles Act fails to get attention.
Oh, I'll need a refill on the fire.
I mean, electricity isn't there, so there's going to be candles and stuff.
Right, but for the fire contraption.
I'm just talking about setting the place on fire if you have to.
That's not magic, that's vandalism.
We
Merda
need a
looks
distraction.
to Lord Falcone and puts a thumbs up.
I think everyone would agree that a fire in the ballroom during an important gala is going to attract a little bit of guard attention, no matter how it's done.
Can I try and sneak in talking to Bornham to get a refill?
I'm gonna say no.
Okay. Can I try to improvise some kind of thing that Tony would think might be flammable?
I mean, I don't want to just come out and say it, but my plan was for him to, first thing at the party, as soon as he sees you, bring you some refills.
Oh, okay.
So I've got you covered there.
I think Tony would, not knowing that, try to improvise something.
Okay. Give me a wits roll -1.
Alright, so 2?
Yep.
Can I get +1 for Stage Magician?
No, because Sage Magician doesn't let you figure out chemistry.
Oh.
I'll be honest, if you couldn't figure out something on fire,
Nothing.
I was planning to light my dress on fire and run around lighting other stuff on fire.
I think everybody knows that Merida is the backup plan, and that's the only reason she's there instead of with the rest of the group. So if Tony fails, Merida can take over, kind of deal.
Yeah, basically.
Nothing.
All right. Well, I think that's a decent enough plan, and I think that we've got enough bases covered. And so, as long as everybody knows what to do when things go wrong, and Snee kind of looks around the table and meets everyone's eyes for just a second, and everybody give me a wits roll.
My normal wits?
Yep.
Nothing.
I got 2 1s, a 2, and a 4.
Nothing on my end.
I got 2 5s.
Merida, you notice as Snee does this, when he meets Lord Falcom's gaze, it locks for about 2 seconds longer than it did with everybody else's.
Oh, interesting.
I'll even give her like a slight imperceptible nod.
Yeah, 2 5s is impressive. Merida is good at what she does.
Like, yeah.
Thank you.
And so I didn't know the intention when you first described it, because, like, yeah, if you did meet my eyes like that, nod.
Wait, give her or him?
Falcom
Snee.
gives one to Snee.
I notice all.
And I also think that's a good place for us to call it for this episode. Thank you everyone so much for listening. We will be back again in 2 weeks' time to get this baby done.
Thanks for listening.
Thank
Bye.
you.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Mistborn and all related properties are owned by Brandon Sanderson and Dragonsteel Entertainment. The Mistborn adventure game is a product of Crafty Games. Special thanks to Steve Argyle for letting us use his artwork for the logo, and to Boardroom Design for putting the logo together for us. You can find us on Facebook, Instagram, or Twitter at LLOS Podcast. or give us an email at lostlegendsofscadrial@gmail.com. We hope that you'll like and share and give us a review on iTunes or wherever you get your podcasts. Thanks for listening. We'll catch you next time.
And through the power of editing, this shall all disappear.